The following is an exclusive presentation of Jessup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
World famous. The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup. 2 minutes after 8 o'clock here on this Tuesday morning. It is the 23rd day of March. Lots of guests this morning here on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show. Bob, and I know you want to go ahead and get started with our state senator, Blake Tillery, here with Tuesdays with Tillery. Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, we got State Senator Blake Tillery, who's also the chairman of the Senate Appropriations Committee, and he's in charge of that budget and $27.2 billion at his disposal.
Well, I don't know if it's at his disposal.
In charge of it, anyway. But anyway, Blake, I'll let you talk about the budget. That's the big news. The story is from the Georgia Senate. The leaders backed the version of the state's $27.2 billion spending plan for the coming fiscal year. An important step towards finishing the last task, which is to pass the budget. Again, the Senate is expected to pass it this week, and then the House and the budget will debate it and come up with the final plan. But you got to be happy where it's at this stage of the game.
Well, you're just happy that you moved it forward, to be honest with you, at this point in time, Bob. I'm ready to get south, and I know that we got 4 more days remaining here in session. Where we are yesterday, we came out of committee with a budget. It'll be on the floor today, so I've got about 4-ring binders sitting in front of me now, going through the data to make sure I can present it to my colleagues. I'm trying to work in a lot of the federal numbers on top of what you're seeing from the state numbers that you've already mentioned. You're right, it's a $27.2 billion state-funded budget this year. That's about 2.5% growth. We're in a lot better position this year than we thought we were going to be in, but there's still a heck of a lot of uncertainty on the horizon with federal dollars. We know those are going to dry up eventually. There's also been some federal changes with different taxing codes that will impact Georgia's budget, and then there's so much federal money coming in on top of what we spend, which the largest part of our budget, you and I have talked about many times before, 54% is education. Literally, as you're speaking, I have a hot piece of paper off the presses that shows Georgia's going to get an additional $4.2 billion to just local school systems in federal monies. So we know our local school system is going to be taken care of. On top of that, the money that we have in our budget, the largest add is back to the QBE formula, $567 million, which is a 60% restore there. Other things in health that are important, including things for public health that we've mentioned, and then mental health being the biggest add in our health field of about $40 million there. I can go on and on for the whole 30 minutes, and I know y'all don't want me to about the budget, but suffice it to say, I think rural Georgia is very well taken care of, including by the end of this budget, $30 million that's going to go into rural broadband, and $39 million, which is a gubernatorial initiative, into a fund to really just have startups in rural Georgia, an innovation think tank. I think of it kind of like the Shark Tank program for things that will work in rural Georgia. So we're pretty well covered in this budget. Appreciate Governor Kemp for including us early on. And then, of course, you got me on the Senate side and then Chairman Terry England on the House side, and we're both rural guys, and making sure that we look out for the areas that, while we take care of the metro areas, we also want to make sure that our areas are well represented on state dollars.
And more on the budget, just to recap, General Assembly last year made those 10% cuts because they feared tax collections would plummet with the pandemic, but the good news is that didn't happen. So this year they're putting a lot of that money back into the budget. Is that correct? As I know that's what the education people are happy about. The austerity cuts are going back into the budget.
Yes, sir. We're putting back in 60% of those cuts, so you're still seeing a 4% reduction overall from last year's budget, because we really aren't out of the woods yet. At the same time, though, the federal funds that are coming in are more than making up that remaining 4%. Most of our school systems particularly have more cash on hand now than they had before the pandemic. That's partly due to some of the state funds, but it's really due to good management by our local school systems and a lot of federal dollars flowing in.
And you're quoted by saying, our state finances have outperformed where we were last year, but I'm not at the point where I can tell you it's all good and we're in the clear. There's still a lot of uncertainty. So tell us what the uncertainty is.
Well, one, we know these federal dollars are one time, and A lot of them are based on unemployment. If jobs don't return, we know that those unemployment funds won't continue forever. Further, there's changes at the federal level concerning the taxing of unemployment benefits, among other things. We already expect unemployment taxes to cause returns to pull out of the state treasury of between $500 and $800 million. If they do take the taxes off that as well, that's probably another $500 million. So then you're at $1.3 billion at a high end. Our numbers haven't been that great. So that would put us at probably about a $300 million deficit. And that's just talking about changes that could happen on unemployment. That's not even talking about changes that could happen on other tax issues or on whether or not the economy really does stay booming or begins to slow as federal dollars are released into the economy and we see what most people fear, which is at some point in time inflation.
And again, just to highlight some of the other items in the budget, again, the state would borrow about $1 billion for construction projects, much of it going for new schools, college buildings, roads, and bridges in the convention center in Savannah. Plan also includes more money for nursing homes hit hard by the COVID-19 and medical providers. Millions of extra dollars would be allocated for various mental health programs, some of which have been overwhelmed by the impact of the pandemic. The budget also would add staff to a number of agencies, including the Department of Community Health, State Ethics Commission, Department of Revenue, Secretary of State's office. Also put $66 million more in the teachers' retirement system to help the massive pension programs, finances, and ask employees' retirement system, the pension plan for state workers to send pensioners an extra monthly check. So does that hit the highlights?
Yeah, yes, sir. I think you've hit them pretty well. The other things going on up here, we have 7 other bills besides the budget on the floor today. The elections bill, which we've talked about various times, is now turned into another bill where they combine the House and Senate bill, and it's now on Senate Bill 202. And I imagine the House takes action on that this week and sends it back over to the Senate for final passage sometime next week. And then those are the big ones, the ones we've talked about. The vaccine rollout's going strong here. Appreciate our first-line workers in Wayne County who are helping getting that out to folks who want it. So a lot of stuff moving on, but then at the same time, we're kind of getting to the end of the session, and, man, I'm ready to come home.
And the highlight, like you said, when you hear it, X and issues, was the changes in the election system. What all is going to pass and what isn't going to pass, because it seems like they're backtracking a lot of things that they proposed from the beginning.
Well, I haven't seen much of the backtracking. I think you're seeing a combination of stuff that's come in from the Senate bill and then the House bill. The Senate bill is really focused on being able to audit and verify election results, and that's in various forms. First of all, making sure you're verified when you go to vote to begin with. Making sure that absentee ballots that come in are verified as being legit absentee ballots. And the way that's being worked on the Senate side is really in secure paper. You'll see there's actually a line in the budget this year that provides money for overt, covert, and forensic auditable capabilities for the ballot paper itself. So taking care of making sure voting's done right, and those who can vote, vote, and those who can't vote, don't on the front end. And then on the back end, providing an ability to go back and be able to forensically audit that as well. So far, that's held out well in the House budget. The House is taking some issues with a few other things, like there's questions about whether or not these drop boxes should be put in code and legal. The Senate said, listen, if you're going to have drop boxes, they've got to be monitored. They've got to be inside buildings and be able to be locked at the end, so things don't happen like, for instance, someone were to sabotage a box later on and we don't know whose ballot was in it or wasn't. So I haven't seen any real backing away yet. Again, there's time to go. I won't say that I have a crystal ball and can read the future. But a lot of the security mechanisms that the Senate version put in seem to have held.
And when do you think they'll have the final vote and the final version?
That's a great question. I imagine the House will pass something out this week and probably send it over to the Senate for final passage next week. It's already, the Senate's version of the bill is in the House. The House's version of the bill is in the Senate, but it looks like it's the Senate's version in the House that's really getting more movement.
And also a big story in Atlanta. The governor's got a press conference today at 4:15, a new plan, hoping to get more adults the vaccine. So he said he's going to have everybody eligible by early April. So do you think that's going to be an announcement today, or is there just another plan before we get to April?
Well, I've learned to never predict what someone may say later. But one of the things that we have seen that's been a little bit discouraging, not so much on our side of southeast Georgia, but down in southwest Georgia, is we actually had to close one of the mass vaccine sites because of a lack of use. So the governor closed that down, moved those vaccines to areas that we're seeing more usage. So it's a little bit discouraging because I know that I'm getting calls, and probably you as a media outlet and others are getting calls about, hey, where can I go? What can I do? And you're seeing the governor hold firm to his commitment there that if places aren't using them, he's moving them around and getting them to places that are using them more often, which should be a benefit to our area as well.
Okay, Blake. Well, again, we appreciate you calling in on Tuesdays with Tillery, and it's winding down, as you said, just a few days left.
Yes, sir. I guess we'll talk next week right before the final gavel goes down, and hopefully have some more things to talk about, a little bit more insight into what's going on. Again, just appreciate you and Butch letting me be on once a week and talk to the folks back home.
And next Tuesday should be interesting. Should have a lot of news by then. So, again, stay safe in Atlanta, and we'll talk to you next Tuesday.
Thanks, guys. I hope y'all have a good day.
All right. Thank you, Blake. All right. Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup. We got several guests in the green room. We'll have them on here on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show in a moment.
Here's your WIFO forecast. Partly sunny for today. Northeast breeze around 10. Highs low 70s. Mostly cloudy mid-50s for tonight. Will be mostly cloudy mid-70s for tomorrow. Thursday, mostly cloudy mid-80s. Friday, showers likely, chance of thunderstorms, highs low 80s. Then Saturday, mostly cloudy, chance of showers and thunderstorms, low 80s. Sunday, chance of showers, slight chance of thunderstorms. Georgia meteorologist John Weatherby in the GNN Weather Center.
Sheriff Chuck Mosley and his staff want to wish the Wayne County Yellow Jackets the best of luck this season. Hope they can bring back that state championship trophy. Sheriff Mosley has made a commitment to battle the drug dealers in Wayne County, and he and his team have joined forces with the Jessup PD for a joint task force in the war against drugs in Wayne County. But the department needs and wants your help. If you know or see any illegal drug activity, Sheriff Chuck Mosley encourages you to simply call the Sheriff's Department at 427-5970 or the Jessup PD at 427-1300. Sheriff Mosley asks that everyone do their part in helping fight the drugs in Wayne County. Sheriff Mosley again wishing the Wayne County Yellow Jackets the best of luck this season.
Big Dog Country Radio, doesn't matter. We'll start with you then. Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup. And Bob, we continue on with the world famous Butch and Bob Show. Who do we got in here this morning, you know?
I don't know.
You don't know? You don't know. Shelly, good morning. How you doing?
Good morning.
All right, Boys and Girls Club time.
Boys and Girls Club. It's been a little bit since I've been on.
I thought we were talking a police controversy.
No. This is Boys and Girls Club.
No.
We're on the other side of the fence.
I didn't know. I saw a police officer walk in and I said, we're going to get exclusive on what's going on in the police department.
No. We are talking about the children of our community and how we're doing a positive impact.
All right, introduce yourself to everybody.
All right, my name is Shelby Anderson.
That is.
Not at all.
I'm just joking.
My name is Shelby Anderson, and I'm the executive director of the Boys and Girls Club, the Omaha area, which is located right here in Jessup, Georgia. And I have two guests today with me, my CVO, Nick Ellis, and then I also have my board member, Chris Hamilton. So we are excited to be here. Good.
Glad you're here, and tell us what's going on with the Boys and Girls Club.
Yes, well, just to kind of give a little update on the Boys and Girls Club, we... It's actually been almost a little over a year since we had our shutdown happen, where we closed with the school system for 3 months, and we were able to become our BGC AA food site, where we were able to continue to make a positive impact and difference during the shutdown of COVID. And then we were able to kind of come together, board members and BGC headquarters and CDC guidelines, and then open back up last year for our summer programs. So that was actually whenever we reopened. And it was at a limited capacity to go with the CDC guidelines, but to have those kids back, that really kind of shed some light in a hard time. So through our community, though, we were able to do that. And although it wasn't through our typical, we weren't able to fundraise last year, and that was difficult. But we were able to devise a plan and really come together on how we were going to keep the club open and what we were going to do, and with our community members and still their donations coming in. We have some monthly donors, some annual donors, and they stuck with their gift, and we appreciate that because that's how we were able to really open our doors again. And we were able to get some grants in too, which we were very thankful for. And now, though, we're in 2021, and it's about time for us to start rocking and rolling with our fundraisers for this year. So we're really excited to talk about that this morning. And we're going to kind of start off with our 50-50 raffle. And so I'm going to hand it over to Chris and Nick with some details on that.
All right, Chris.
Okay. We're going to talk about the 50-50 raffle that's coming up. We're going to start selling on March 29th, and the drawing is going to be on April 30th, and we're going to do it on Facebook Live. That way everybody can see it and try to get the kids involved to help maybe one of the kids pull the number. We're going to sell 200 tickets, or try to sell up to 200 tickets, and they're going to be $100 a piece. So that way you have a chance to win up to $10,000. Hopefully, if we sell 200 tickets, we'll be able to.
All right. So if you sell all 200, you'll win the $10,000 in the 50-50 raffle.
That's correct.
All right.
Yep. And then we're gonna. Each board member will have tickets to sell. And that should be this week. We'll get those out and start getting them out. And other than that, we hope it's going to be a good fundraiser. I just want to be a big fundraiser this year. And I'm going to be able to do one more, I believe. But since COVID and everything, this is outside, and we could safe and have some chance to help the community, Boys and Girls Club, and put some money in your pocket too as well.
So it begins now, the 50-50 raffle, right?
It's going to begin on March 29th.
March 29th, and the drawing's going to be
April 30th.
April 30th. Okay, so 1 month there, the folks can get those tickets, and they're only $100 each. And remember now, folks, if you don't want to spend the $100, you can go in with 4 people and $25 each, or $250s, or whatever the case may be. People do that all the time, and these type of things. And that'll be your chance to help the Boys and Girls Club, and also have that excitement of chance to win up to $10,000.
That's right. Thank you.
Can't beat that.
That's right.
Nick, what's going on in your world this morning?
Well, and just wanted to say that we normally do this 50-50 raffle in conjunction with the Mr. Wayne County. And of course, this year, having, inside events has been, limited and restricted. And so we're going to gear up to hopefully be able to do the Mr. Wayne County next year.
Okay.
2022. So we want our contestants to be getting ready. They got a whole year to plan and get their talent together, their costumes, and all of their event attire. We want the gentlemen of this community to come out and see who's going to be fortunate enough to win the crown of being Mr. Wayne County 2022. But in the meantime, we're going to focus our attention on this 50-50 raffle and do what we can, and we're going to work with what we got. Our goal is to sell the 200. Chris is going to chair this event, and me and Shelby are going to be right there with him, helping him, and all of our board members are excited that we're getting to do some things. Also in the late fall, we're going to get our market to midnight back out. And we're already working with the farmers market to reserve that spot and get the plans together for doing that. And we kind of figured, this would be an outside event, and we would still follow the CDC guidelines and regulations. But this, again, is another major event for the Boys and Girls Club, and we need to get this done. And we just want people to know that we haven't just completely shut down and gone away. We're here, and we need this community support just like we've done in the previous years. We've been blessed to have this community support, and we still continue to need that. I will say that I commend Shelby for doing the work that she's done over the last year when the Boys and Girls Club shut down. It was a trying time because we didn't know what the future was going to look like. But Shelby, she came to work every single day without no kids, without no staff, and she continued to work on grants. She continued to meet with the BGCA headquarters to figure out what we could do. And she developed with Dr. Trapnell to become a food site, a distribution site, when they were giving out the COVID meals through the school system. And through that opportunity, we were fortunate enough to be able to qualify for some assistance through some of the corporations that sponsored the headquarters of the Boys and Girls Club. And so that's how we were able to keep the doors open and keep it moving. And when we opened back up in the summertime, Richard Johnson came down with the crew, and they taught Shelby and the staff about how to sanitize. They helped us sanitize, get it up and running. We ordered the products and the chemicals, and we opened back up and brought in a small amount of kids. And, right now we are able to house a lot of kids. And so I just commend her for the leadership and the work that she's done with the staff through all of the COVID procedures and working with, in conjunction with the the school system, it's been a good opportunity to keep the kids in the after-school program.
Okay, so you do have the after-school program going on now,
Yeah,
Shelby.
so now the continuation of it, and Nick, I appreciate those words because it takes a team, and the support that I've received from Nick in his CVO role and all my board members, it takes a team and it takes a village, and we have a good one. So I appreciate that. And but yeah, so the continuation. So we had our summer program last year at a limited capacity, and then with the school year, we were able to look at our numbers, look at what we were doing, and with the schools opening back up, we were able to then open back up our doors to our returning members. Okay. And so we started back on August 24th, I think that was the date, and brought back our kids and our staff, and we have been masked up and had our sanitizer. We've used a lot of sanitizer and a lot of bleach, but that club is definitely in the cleanest state. That's one thing with COVID is everything is super, super clean. So we've been, thankful for that. And, we just look around at our club and we see the youth that we're able to positively impact. And we're just, like Nick said, we're just blessed to be here. And we're blessed that, through a pandemic, our club as a nonprofit is here. And especially, here in Wayne County, because there's something special about it. And, we're just ready. I'm ready to see these fundraisers. I'm ready for the 50-50 raffle and market till midnight in the fall. And, yet again, throughout the year, I'll be seeing business owners and individuals and, receiving sometimes a one-time or a monthly donation from them. And that's something that I'm doing currently. So if that's ever something that you as a business owner would like to do to get involved in our club and help support our mission statement, which is to enable all children, especially those who need us most, to become caring, productive citizens, I will definitely set up that meeting. And, we are located at 550 East Orange Street, and our number is 912-559-2133. So just once again, just thankful to be here.
Okay, well, good. Glad to see things are going as normal as possible to the Boys and Girls Club. You got the kids there in the afternoon, taking care of them, and you'll get things cranked up for the summer program, which is always exciting for the Boys and Girls Club because kids can stay there all day, and usually have all kind of great activities planned for them, and just a great asset to our community and to these boys and girls here in the area that you don't know what they would be or what they'd be doing after school. And now they got a great place to go to, the Boys and Girls Club.
That is
and it has been just a big asset to this community for many, many years now.
Oh, yeah. Our unit director, Amberlyn Smith, who does a phenomenal job. She's actually gearing up right now for the summer program. That's a big focus to go ahead and get it planned out and ready, because it's Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5:30. And we just give those kids a safe place to come to, and the parents have ease of mind to know that they're in good hands. And, she does a great job. And Amberlyn has been with us. July will be 2 years that she's been in that role, and she has definitely become the right hand that I always needed. So, we are thankful for Amberlyn.
Okay. Well, good. We haven't had y'all on in a while, the Boys and Girls Club, so it's good to see things are moving along as normal as possible in these days. And hopefully as each month goes by, things will get a little bit more normal. But right now, you've got one of your big fundraisers of the year, the 50-50 raffle that will start in a couple of days and then go through the month of April. Once again, Shelby, why don't you inform folks how they can help and how they can participate in this 50-50 raffle and how they can win up to $10,000 in case they just tuned in and didn't hear it.
That's right. All right. So this 50-50 raffle, like we said, we'll be selling from the club. We'll be selling through each and every board member. We have about between 16 and 18 that'll be actively selling within the community. So I'm sure they'll be posted on Facebook. But if you don't see one of their Facebook posts, then please come by and either call me at the club and I will come meet you, or if you'd like to stop by the club and we can do the transaction there. But once again, $100 for a chance to win up to $10,000. The best way I put it is each and every dollar that's raised. So let's just say $100 from a ticket that supplies a child with a dinner, homework help, after school pickup, just so much in just that one ticket that's sold. So just know that, even if you feel like your chance is slim in winning, but you're really not, because you're making that positive impact in a child just through buying that one raffle ticket. So always keep that in mind. But I will be happy to assist in any way possible with the buying of that ticket. So if that is something you'd like and you don't know how to do it, just give me a call at the club at 912-559-2133.
559
559-2133.
33 is the number there at the Boys and Girls Club, right?
That is right.
Okay, 559-2133. And once again, you don't have to buy the entire ticket yourself. You can find a buddy or 3 buddies and pay $50 each or $25 each or however you want to do it to help have that chance to win. The reason why we say up to $10,000 because you need to sell all 200 tickets. And hopefully that will happen. It has many times in the past. And if a person wins, they'll win that $10,000. So share it with the people they share the ticket with. So that's great.
That's right.
It's exciting. But the main thing is you're helping the boys. You're helping those kids. You're helping those kids. If you've ever been by the Boys and Girls Club and you see the great time they have there and the structured environment they're in and the meals they received and the help with the homework, you'll see it's very well worth it.
That's exactly right.
Yep. All right. Chris, Nick, anything else that y'all want to talk about this morning? Anything? Okay.
Well, good,
Chris?
I think. Like I say, once again, raffle starts on March 29th and ends on April 30th on Facebook Live.
Okay. All right. Bob, any questions or comments for the Boys and Girls Club this morning? No other subjects can be talked about this morning, Bob, even though we have 2 policemen here. Bob's over there. I want to. He's just itching inside. All right. Y'all have a great day, and we look forward to having y'all back on the air sometime, anytime during the month of April to give us an update on how it's going with the 50-50 raffle, okay? Just set it up, Shelby, all right? Take care, Chris, Nick. All right, take care. And as a community member, I want to say thank you for both of y'all for volunteering your time for the Boys and Girls Club and helping these kids out. Okay, all right. WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup, world famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by. We're through, Bob. If you want to go ahead, first of all, the Butch and Bob Show brought to you by O'Quinn and Associates, and that's Sean O'Quinn. Country Financial, and then Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings, Murphy Builder Supply, and First Southern Bank.
The world famous Butch and Bob Show.